Hey, welcome into the arena today. I thought I'd show you a process toward riding your horse bridleless. And this is Ruby. She's my competition horse for this year. And she actually just won a saddle and some trophy buckles this past weekend. So she's coming along pretty well in her training and all that. And I have ridden her some with a halter, probably half a dozen times. And I've ridden her bareback with a halter, so that's okay. What I have not done with her ever is ridden her with just a neck rope. So you're going to watch this raw and uncut. She's not warmed up. I just pulled her out of the pasture. We're going to see what happens. Why do I need to do this? I don't personally need to ride my horse bridleless. A lot of people like to do it just because it's cool. Okay, and I certainly have nothing against that. I don't really even have any plans to ride her bridleless. The reason I want to do this is because I want to increase her level of communication or understanding of me using my feet, my seat, my body. And this way she doesn't have the bridle to fall back on, nor do I. So if I give her a cue and she doesn't respond to it, I can't correct her with the bit, which is what I've been doing since I started riding her for, I guess, almost 2 years. So this will be a kind of a test for me and for her to see how well she stays with me. If I was really concerned about it, I'd do it in the round pen where it's a smaller space. But I don't think that we're going to have too much problem. And I think what it's going to do is it's going to help our communication. So I'm going to start off here, and this is just the little rope that was on my training stick. I just pulled it off, tied it around her neck. So this is just to kind of help me if I need it, but I'd rather her go just off my body. So this is kind of a test for me and for her. Ruby, are you going to be able to stay with me without me using a bridle? Okay, so I want my horses to turn when I look. If I look left, she needs to turn left, and she did. Okay, if I look right, she needs to turn right, and she didn't. So I'm going to add my left foot. I put a little bit of left spur there in her flank and said, hey, you missed that one. You weren't paying attention. Okay, let's go this way. All right, now let's see what we can get. I'm going to ask her to stop. Ask her to back up. So that didn't work, so I'm going to add the neck rope. Okay, so I'm a little disappointed. I expected that to be a little better. So that tells me something I need to work on, that she's waiting on me to pull on the reins to back her up. That's not what I want her to do. I want her to back up off my body. Ooh. There, that was better. Come on. Better. Okay, let's try it again. Forward. A little better. Okay. So, you know, it's not good, but it's not too bad for no bit or anything. Okay, let's try a trot here. I'm going to turn her around here. Ask her to trot in a circle here, so I'm happy with that. She's staying with me pretty well. I'm not really using this neck rope. And she and I have practiced this a lot with the bridle on, with her staying in this circle. And I've done several videos using foundation circles. My inside foot is on leg position 2. And you see how I'm bumping her with my inside leg to keep her head bent to the inside of the circle. So that's really good. I wasn't sure if she would do that very well, but she is. All right, let's switch to a left-hand circle. So I'm bumping her with my left leg to get her head bent to the inside of the circle. There it goes. It's not really good, but it's okay. So she's doing it, but she's not really keeping it there unless I poke her. And I'm exaggerating, I'm not poking her, I'm just touching her with that spur. My outside leg, my right leg, is in leg position 3, keeping her engaged in this circle. Okay, so let's try this. All right, I'm reasonably happy. Let's try a lope. Okay. Now I'm using my neck rein just a little bit more, my neck rope, I mean. Okay, let's try a stop. Ooh. Okay, so she stopped a little hard on her front end, but she did stop, okay. Okay, now right there, she's crossfiring here. Let's fix it. what she did there, she kind of threw her head up just a little bit, which she tends to do. Something I haven't really fixed very well. Okay. Overall, I'm pretty happy with how she's doing. Slow her down to a trot. I'm going to ask her for a spin here. That's actually better than I expected. Ooh, that was better than I expected it to be, the spin. So overall, you know, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm going to ride her like this off and on for the next month or so, just because for both of our sakes, I don't want those reins as a backup. She needs to be paying attention to my seat and my feet. We need to be together, okay? Last thing I want to try, let's try a rollback. And I'll try it on the fence, give myself a little bit of help, okay? So we'll trot down the fence here. Ooh. Wasn't bad. Whoa. Okay. All right. So I'm actually overall pretty happy with her. She's, ooh, back up. Okay, the backup's the one that really is pretty sluggish. Okay, but if you aren't sure about your horse, you really want to do this, start off with just a halter and do it in a small space. And this is kind of a way to test you and your horse. Is this horse really paying attention to my feet and my seat? Is this horse really with me? Am I using the reins as a backup because I don't really have as much control as I'd like to have? So start off with a halter rather, in a smaller space. When you feel pretty good about it, then go to this neck rope, and then let's try it with no neck rope at all. That'll be the last thing. See, she got a little confused there. So I didn't even realize that I was kind of relying on that neck rope, and so was she. Let's see if I can trot a circle here without the neck rope. So I can do it, but she's a little lost. Okay, I just feel her like, where should I go? She's not really sure. So she and I both are depending a little bit too much on the reins. Ooh. That's what it's shown me here today, and that's shown me what I need to work on.